October the 31st, 1890, was a very cold, dark and foggy night. Two brothers, Charlie and Billy Wotton, were drinking heavily in a busy old pub in North Birmingham. They'd been there most of the evening, and as they drank more and more, they became louder and more aggressive and started threatening the other drinkers in the pub, offering to fight anyone who looked at them. No one appeared interested or willing to take them up on their offer, and they stumbled around, pushing into anyone who got in their way. They were shouting and sneering how they could take them all on. In fact, they could take on the devil himself. They claimed they were scared of no one or nothing and called everyone a coward, laughing that they were all too scared to fight them. The other men in the pub were all getting tired of them by now and tried to look away from the drunken pair. So, as no one accepted their challenge, they turned their attention to each other, fighting amongst themselves, each brother claiming that they were the toughest and that they were harder and stronger than the devil. Glasses were smashed and drinks were spilled on the floor, and the poor landlord of the pub had had just about enough of them and threw the two men out into the cold darkness of the night, slamming the door loudly behind them. They drunkenly stumbled off towards home, laughing and cursing that no one would fight them. Continuing their journey home, they took the shortcut, as they always did, across St. Joseph's graveyard. They were halfway through, singing and laughing, when suddenly they both stopped in their tracks, rooted to the spot in fear, as they saw a huge great ball of fire roaring towards them through the darkness. They stared in disbelief as a strange figure dressed all in black with a fiery red angry face appeared from the flames, shouting and spitting. "So, you can take on the devil, can you?" They could feel their bodies burning from the heat of the flames, but still could not move, and with a deep, ghoulish, spine-tingling laugh, the horrific figure proceeded to beat the two men to a pulp, showing no mercy. Charlie and Billy were found the next morning by a passer-by, bleeding and battered, lying comatose amongst the overgrown weeds on the edge of the graveyard. They were taken to a nearby hospital where they lay semi-conscious for 5 days, mumbling about a ball of fire and a devilish man in black. When they came round, they insisted that they had been beaten up by the devil, which of course no one believed, due mainly to their drunkenness at the time of the attack. But still, no one could explain the severity of their beatings, or indeed the terrible burns to their now broken bodies. Neither brother was ever the same after that fateful night. Although they both still had an air of arrogance about them, they appeared to have lost their minds and spent most of their time rambling incoherently with demented utterings of how they had been clever enough to have saved their own lives, and something about their souls to anyone who would listen. They died 6 months later, within 2 days of each other. Local gossip was that the devil had indeed appeared that night to take them up on their challenge, and maybe, just maybe, they had actually done a deal with him and sold their souls that dark winter's night in order for them to keep their lives for a few short months. But we will never know what really happened to Charlie and Billy Wotton on that dreadful night all those years ago, or how the ground leading up to where they were found continues to bear the scorch marks to this day.